Okay, let's take a look at exercise 21-12. It deals with break-even points, and I think it's a little bit more challenging than your homework, so walking through this should help you with your next homework assignment. So this deals with a beer company, Anheuser-Busch InBev, really big company, and it gives us a traditional income statement here in millions of dollars. So some more information. Let's assume that they sold 400 millions of beer during the year, and that their variable costs are 75% of cost of goods sold is variable and 50% of selling, general, and administrative is variable. And they assume that for the first year we want to figure out break-even point. Oh, and all other costs are fixed, okay? And so we want to figure out a break-even point for the current year, and then also what the anticipated break-even point would be next year when we increase our fixed cost by opening a new distribution facility for costing $300 million. So the first thing we need to be able to do to figure this out is come up with what our contribution margin is per barrel. Okay, that's going to be the key to figuring out break even. It's always going to be fixed cost divided by contribution margin. So to be able to get there, we need to figure out what our variable costs are in total first. So variable cost of goods sold is the figure that they give us in the problem, 18,756 times 75%. I do that math. I do the same thing for selling, general, and administrative. I get $2566.5 million for variable cost. Then I can say, what are the fixed costs? Well, the fixed costs are the remainder. So it's total cost of goods sold minus the variable portion leaves me with the fixed portion. So I do the same math for selling, general, and administrative. Do that. I've got $11,188.5 million for fixed cost for the company. That's what I need for part A for the current year. For part B, I'm going to add the $300 million for $11,488.5. Then I need to look at what the selling price per barrel is. So I take their sales, 47,063 divided by 400. Both of these are in millions, so I don't have to have all those extra zeros. And I get 117.66. Now remember, and then I can figure out the variable cost per barrel. I take my total variable cost I figured here, divide by 400. I get 51.42. So each of these are per barrel. So now I can figure out what my contribution margin is per barrel. It's the selling price minus the variable cost. So $66.24 is the contribution margin per barrel. So each barrel I sell gives me $66.24 to help cover fixed cost and provide for a profit. So the break-even point, 11,188.5 divided by 66.24 is going to equal 168.9 million barrels. So that's how many barrels of beer they need to sell in the current year to break even. Notice they were selling 400 million barrels. That's why they had a profit. So the break-even point with the new facility, all that's going to change is that top number. Our fixed costs are going to go up to 11,488.5 million, divide by the same 66.24 contribution margin per barrel, and I can see that my break-even point goes up to 173.4 million barrels. So I will scan this solution and put it on Canvas along with this video. Again, that's exercise 21-12 in your book. So if you have any questions, please shoot me an email or give me a call. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.